ethical balance, we're going down to closer to a 50% growth, 50% defensive assets, and now only 4 in 20 years are expected to be of a negative return. You can see that the assets are moving, more of the fund is moving from the growth assets to the defensive side of things, and we see that we haven't achieved the same level of return in the high years, but we've also got a lower level of loss, and our average return given the global financial crisis has been 2.3, a little bit higher over that 5-year period. Just had a question from V. Can you switch from fund to fund easily, e.g. from ethical high growth to ethical growth? Are there any switching fees? If so, what? Thanks, V. You can change at any point in time, and you can have a combination of options. I might actually walk through how you go about doing that, but you can either do that online with your online membership, online access, or you can do that via a form. And one of the key things to remember about this, and confuses people sometimes, is that you can change both your current option. If you've got, say, $100,000 in your super fund at the moment, you want to leave it in, and it's in the ethical balanced option, for example, and you want to leave that $100,000 in the ethical balanced option, you can do that, and you can direct all the new contributions into the ethical growth. Say, for example, you want to take advantage of the relatively lower market, and you could put all the new options into ethical growth, but keep your current option in ethical balance. So you can do those types of things as well. So just make sure that you are changing exactly what you want to change, because it's your current balance and your future contributions. You need to take that into account. But you can change, and there's no switching fees. Having said that, there are studies that show that the more you change, the more potential there is to suffer losses or negative outcomes from changing too often. It can have negative impacts. I think it's more than twice a year, but I would encourage people to really consider having a long-term plan in place and sticking with that plan and adjusting it as your circumstances change, but having a longer-term plan in place and sticking to it, because otherwise investment decisions are made by our emotions and not by our intellect or thinking through it unemotional way.